Aloha, kako everyone. It's Leimomi, Keliikuli, Psychic Business Mentor here, and I'm sitting here in our backyard in our wonderful, little rocking chair here. I don't even know what you call it. And I wanted to jump on and just connect with you and my tribe, and I want to talk about how to, shift your reality into the one that you truly want. And so I kind of just want to tell you a good story about this because people kind of misunderstand about what shifting is. And it's really easy, honestly. Hello, I see there's one person here. You can say hello. Oh, there's two, okay. So, so last night, I have to just tell you a whole big story because last night I had this big mindset consciousness shift, and I've been working really, really hard on this with some coaches and mentors. And I want to integrate mindset into how to bring you to a whole nother level. So, um, so one thing I want to talk about at first is just you have to really understand what are your limitations. Like, where are you blocked? So, like for example, are you blocked at a certain income level? Hi, Vivian. Um, at what level are you blocked? Like, we really, really want to know. Some people are like, I only can make like 3K a month, or I only can make 5K or 10K, because knowing where you're capping your ability of where you want to be is really important to know. So first you have to double check what is the reality that I want. Because people think like, oh yeah, I can just jump to like making 5K to like 15K, but that's really, really a difficult jump, honestly. So anyway, I have to tell you a story because last night this was like, it was crazy. Okay. And normally when you're shifting reality, this is like what happens. It was so windy. It was like, oh my God, it was just like blowing cats and dogs here. And so what happened was I had this like shift in my mindset about my money story. And so I actually wrote down this, everything about what I thought about myself, my money story. Okay, so this is what I want you to do today. Is write down all that limiting beliefs of what you believe about how much you can make, because writing all that down and seeing the negativity of it is super important to know what the story is. So I did this because I felt like I was capping my mindset of like how much I wanted to make and how much I could make. So what happened was I was just like, I wrote it all down and I burned a piece of paper. And then the whole day, like, I don't know, like I had a wonderful day, but then at the end of the day, it was just like crazy. My husband was upset at me, and my son, my son also was like very like loud, and this is like really weird. And so actually what was happening was because I chose to up-level myself, I made a big investment for myself. So whenever that happens, when you make a big investment or you have a mindset shift about something, about what you believe in, it gets so chaotic. And then how you can shift yourself into the right reality that you want to, you have to know what is the phrase or the thing that you are limiting yourself. So this is what I did. After I wrote down my money story of all the negative stuff that was like in my head, I burned it, and then I went to sleep and I put my hand on my heart, and then I asked myself, what is the problem? Just like simply I asked that question to myself. What is the problem, or what am I broken about? Okay. So I just went deeper and deeper into it, and then I got all of these like deeper into the phrases of what I was blocking myself about. And what came up was, number one, that I had this belief that I can't have it all. And that's really big. I mean, because that goes back to me being a psychic monk, of limiting myself and being authentic and being myself at all. Because just like any corporate ladder where you're really making a difference and you think you're doing a purpose and you're making good money or whatever, like there's a cap in the amount that you can make in that kind of employee, right? Kind of scenario. So that was huge. That phrase was super huge for me. Okay. Then I went deeper and deeper into it, and then I looked into what am I missing. And what I was missing was, like, what am I truly passionate to share right now? And what does that mean to me? And when I got deeper into that, I saw that it had everything to do with me not seeing my worth, my value, and believing in myself, right? So what you want to do is just kind of want to keep going deeper into your heart, and then bam, there's just this key phrase that, like, it's like, holy cow. That kind of feeling, right? The uh-huh. And so when I got into that point, because actually where you shift your reality is in your heart. Everything in your heart is there, positive and negative. It's the micro and macro of all life. So I went in that space, and then I felt something that was, oh, sorry, I got kicked off a bit. That was so cool, because I got into that space in my heart that was just like popped. Like there's like a feeling of like, whoa, something happened here. And then that's how I knew I shifted my reality. So what happened was, from that crazy mess, super windy, cold, looked like it was going to rain. Actually, it was very dark too. And normally in Hawaii it's always pretty good weather, you know, but it was pretty bad. And then bam, look what I'm experiencing today. Blue sky, back to blue sky. There's birds singing, you know. This is my backyard right now. It's just so quiet. You feel it? Like the energy is so still, so calm. Well, exception of all the weird construction going on. There's actually 2 places that have construction right now, driving me nuts. With the exception of that, like, I shifted my reality. This is how it works. You have to, like, go into the process of it, and when you feel into that next shift, it's like amazing. So then when I woke up and I told my husband what happened to me, I was like, oh yeah, it's like no argument there. From argument to yeah, it was pretty dramatic yesterday. But that's usually what happens when you're in shifting your reality. It gets very chaotic, and then finally very, very peaceful. So I hope I enlightened you. Was that does that make sense, Steven? I hope I said your name right. Bevan. Does that make sense? When you really move your consciousness, there is just this amazing shift like that. And it's very simple, but very powerful to know how that works. And try that today. I dare you to try it. Look into what is your limiting belief. What is that consciousness? What's